hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, players.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello.
I'm in so much trouble with my missus about this.
Woohoo! We have a guest today, and a lack of music currently, for good reason. There is a silence within the tavern. But for now, welcome, Mr. Matt. How's it going?
Doing good.
Thank you for all your stellar comments. For all of your hard work and service, you now get to join in to a bar fight.
Worth it. As
some of our viewers may remember from the last session, Heinrich was particularly smitten with a particular lady within the Neunund Sexig tavern. Meanwhile, Lothar and Lazarus were talking to Engelberg regarding the potentially missing gold from their town, with a particularly buxom bar person behind the bar. Gentlemen, Heinrich has attempted to slap a gentleman to his left. The two of them burst into an instantaneous wrestle and fall backwards over their chairs, arms interlocked, fists flailing around, with a rather theatrical man on the left of their bench clapping excitedly. Meanwhile, the dancing lady up aboard on the stage seems to pay no notice. And so, we roll our metaphorical initiative. Lothar, across the bar from you, a buxom bar person is pouring 2 pints and slams one down in front of you and starts downing the other one with a finger pointed toward you. I'm going to ask you to either bottle this or to perform an opposed consume alcohol for me, please.
I will go with the opposed consume alcohol.
Okay, it is a premium lager, and this is a challenging roll.
It begins.
It begins. And with that, Lothar, as you are just finishing the very end of your drink, a tankard comes swinging towards your forehead. I'm going to ask you to make a dodge roll for me, or brawling, whatever you like, but it will be at a -20, given that you're halfway through a pint.
Try and sway backwards out of the way of that. Yep.
Okay, we are going to go for an improvised weapon. This doesn't count as charging, that's the good news. Okay, and this is against your dodge of +1. Okay, so you're just about to finish your pint, swishing above your forehead as you duck down. There's a very large, hairy fist holding a tankard that's now empty. Staring you in the face, the bar person. You have one advantage. Engelberg, meanwhile, turns around to you, Lazarus. Hey, looks like we're having a bar fight. Pokies! And he is going to attempt, with his 2 fingers, to poke you in the eyes, Lazarus. Lazarus, how are you going to respond?
I will dodge.
Okay, we're going to do a dexterity roll for him. And you have a +1 to beat. Okay, you also have a very, very slightly lower dodge target compared to him, so that will be 1 successful dink in one of your eyes and a blinded condition for you, Lazarus. That's one of his one of his fingers makes contact with your eyeball, and you feel the nail just start to dig in, particularly uncomfortable. Meanwhile, a gentleman the other side of the bar begins to clap excitedly. The person next to the 2 individuals, Henrik and let's just call him the stagehand that are wrestling, begins to clap and dance excitedly. Let's just call her a stripper, is dancing up on stage. Let's just give her a performance roll, see how she's doing. Entertain. Okay. Seems to fumble and flail slightly. Perhaps distracted. by the wrestling in front of her. Let's go with Lothar. Behind you, a gentleman holding on to a bar stool attempts to crack it over the back of your head. I'm going to ask you to make me a roll in a second after we do our... Go you, +1. That's not bad.
No.
Especially from a rando.
From a rando.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Saw that coming.
Okay. So I imagine you there still drinking your pint, dodging this chair as well, just getting down the last of it. Yeah, you're up to 2 advantage now, as you have successfully dodged 2 individuals attempting to take you down. Meanwhile, Dave on stage is singing furiously. This is the lady next to the musician. And then we come to Lothar. It's your turn.
I am going to try and catch that chair off the guy with that dodge roll and swing back at him.
Okay.
The one that's the Mad Hatter behind me.
I would allow you probably a brawling for that.
Yeah.
I would
Just do a
say-
melee brawling test.
Yes, I will say if you get more than like +2 or 3 on him, you can have the chair in your hands afterwards. Otherwise, it'll be a wrestling for the chair and jabbing him back. But let's see how he does, because I'm not particularly hopeful for him. We have an improvised weapon roll here for his melee brawl. Oh my word!
Yeah.
Okay, so you attempt to grab the chair after it swings by your head once. You get your hands to it, but he has a firm grip and then proceeds to push it against your neck. Obviously no damage is inflicted, nothing happens, but because it's you attacking him, he's stronger than he first appeared. Let's get Henrik off of the initiative order, as he is pretty simply just wrestling with a stagehand on the floor. The two of them can both have an entangled condition.
And now
Just-
Lothar has 6 turns.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Wrestling commences. Jebediah, you're currently sat there enjoying a quiet ale. Or you were, until a rather raucous bar fight erupted. Currently, in front of you, a small halfling has jumped up on her chair and appears to be ready to charge.
All right.
The chair.
What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'll stand up from my seat, say, "Can a man enjoy a drink in peace?" And take a step forward and kick the chair out from under if I can.
Okay. I will ask you I think we're going to go for an athletics roll, or perhaps a strength even. Let's have a see. I think I would allow... On your main attributes, normally we wouldn't roll main attributes, but now we're going to go for agility. Athletics, please.
Okay.
Challenging athletics for me.
All right.
I will say you're kicking a table. Average athletics.
Okay.
A little bit easier.
Oh, so close.
Very close. Okay, so in this particular incident, you kick the table, and she leaps slightly, now landing on the table in front of you. Fork in her hand, apple in the other, looking towards you with a grimaced frown. Let us continue. Meanwhile, elsewhere, a consume alcohol test occurs. Glug, 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 glug. And 1 ale is downed. Lazarus, it's your turn.
Well, I guess I'll do a blind self-defense swing against the guy who blinded me.
Against Engel, right? You're gonna give him
Yeah.
a poke. Sure. Let's have it.
How should I do this?
I will still say that, I mean, technically it's unarmed. I will give you an improvised weapon But if are you trying to get him in the eye, or are you just trying to hit him?
Just trying to hit him.
Okay, just go for an unarmed attack for me, please. Challenging.
Do I just have to unequip my weapons?
No, you click on the fist next to the word melee weapon, bracket S. Small little circle-y fist.
Yeah,
For
I see
an
it.
unarmed attack. Decent roll. In return, how are we going to deal with this? We're going to have a... As you are swinging your fist towards him, he's going to pull a gold crown out of his pocket that may hopefully catch your eye. No! As you clock him round the head and ignore the gold crown.
Well, he did poke him in the eye.
Did poke you in the eye after all. Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Test for him to hold crown.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'll give him a challenging athletics to see if he can keep his footing on his bar stool. He does. He rocks back for a moment and then rocks back towards you with increased force. But you, sir, have bagged yourself one advantage. And, also deleted your token. Apologies. Can you make me a challenging endurance as well to remove your blind condition?
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, Jebediah, up on the table, a small halfling comes sprinting towards you. Fork in one hand, apple in the other. However, the weapon of choice seems to be a boot that is trained directly for your head. She is going to roll a melee brawling.
Alright, I will dodge.
I'm going to count a boot as an improvised weapon here. So we're going to roll I'm going to give her a charging bonus. Not too hot. Could you roll me your dodge, please? Challenging.
Alright.
That is a successful dodge, as she goes to swing at your head, that you easily whip back and out of the way. You've bagged yourself one advantage. She loses... Oh. She loses hers. And that reminds me. Let's just go for Rex. It's basically nearly the end of the round anywho. At this point in time, you open the door into the tavern to reconvene with your compatriots. To see a scrap breaking out in front of you.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. Okay. Alright then. So I'm going to just walk casually through the bar.
Okay.
While this is all the fighting's going on, I'm just going to walk casually. Like nothing's wrong.
There are a couple of drinks on the table that are unfinished, a few slices of pie, and the bar.
Pour one of the drinks back into the other and just pick that up and walk through with it.
Okay. I'll make you I'm going to ask you to roll me an average dexterity roll, please, to not spill any of your drink in amongst all the fighting.
Ooh.
A small bit of your drink sloshes to the side. Several droplets hit the floor.
Easy. That's.
Fair enough. You did. You blink a couple times. Your vision comes back, Lazarus. Meanwhile, Lothar, I'm going to give you -1 advantage because you are outnumbered currently. Apologies for not doing so at the end of... Oh, no, it is the end of the round. I did it at the right time. Yay me. Lothar, having grabbed a hold of the chair and tried to grapple it from this gentleman, behind you, you are grabbed. I'm going to do a... Can I ask for a challenging, whatever you like, test to deal with...
It would be a brawling, wouldn't it?
It would
As
be.
we kind of wrestle each other.
It would be.
Against the handsome barmaid.
Yes. Indeed. And...
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Excuse me? Oh,
Oh dear.
give me a second, sorry.
Are we...
I just need to fix my character sheet before I can re-roll it.
You didn't put your fortune back on, did you?
No.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh, gee. Well, it's not a fumble.
It's not a fumble, at least, but that
It's
is
gonna fucking hurt.
definitely a successful entangle condition against you. As from behind, Lothar, you feel your head wedged firmly between two pillows. As you are being, well, let's say, gripped incredibly tightly and dragged backwards behind the bar. Fantastic. That will be the end of any advantage. Now, Engel. Hey, funny man! As he is rocking back on his chair, as being hit by Lazarus, he is now swinging towards you and holds out his hat. He's going to attempt to put his hat on your face. We are going to go for a... Yeah, we're going to go for a... No, he's going to do dexterity, but you can do whatever you want to try and avoid this.
Unless I can roll lore plants.
Okay, still a successful win despite both of you floundering around. Yeah, so he rocks back on his chair after nearly being hit and grabs his hat off of his head and tries to plant it firmly on yours, obviously in front of your eyes or over the top of, and unsuccessfully does so, just missing you. You're now up to...
You fall off the chair.
To advantage. Yeah, sure. We'll give him an athletics to see how he does. Sure.
Now it's just funny.
He's on his feet.
Oh, that's pretty nifty. I'm imagining that.
Well, okay. Stumbles on his feet. Doesn't fall over. But he's no longer on the chair, stumbling, trying to right himself. Meanwhile, down here, we're going to have a consume alcohol test. For the gentleman southwest on the map. Begins coughing profusely. And bringing up some of his drink. As you are walking past, Rex, with your pint, brushing past you is a theatre goer. At least it looks so in appearance. They are going to be performing a strength test. Lazarus, you are stood on top of a rug currently.
Oh boy.
This person is going to be attempting to drag it out from underneath you.
What do I gotta roll? X?
You can roll whatever you like. I would say athletics or dodge is probably most appropriate because...
They're the exact same, so I guess I'll just dodge it. Oof. Bound to fail eventually.
That is the rug pulled from underneath you, and that will also be a prone condition, as you are knocked off of your feet. With Engel stumbling there as well, probably nearly on top of you. Go on, we'll... the two of you on the ground now. Interlocked, intertwined. Meanwhile, the singing continues. Let's have another roll. That should have been average. Doesn't break a single note. Sheer perfection. Lothar, as you're being dragged back over the bar,
I'm gonna...
It's not quite your turn yet, sorry. This is aimed at you rather than requesting. Apologies for not... Yeah, the nutty hatter is just weighing up his options. He is going to run over towards Lazarus and Engelbrecht and scream out, "I'm going to make a sausage!" And he is going to try and roll the carpet, or rug rather, with the two of you inside of it. Let's go for... strength. Yeah, we're going to go for strength. This could definitely be dex as well. Oh, it's really close. Okay. So he's going to start to roll up the edges and try and like cover it over you, Lazarus, and roll it around the two of you. It's kind of weird, but sure, why not? Lothar, you're up.
I'm going to try and grab one of the bottles off the rack and swing it over my shoulder
Okay.
to try and hit.
There's a few on the table next to you, easily within arm's reach. So
Yeah, I'll grab one of those then.
I will. Sure. You can roll me a brawling, I suppose.
Yep. That's better.
That's better. Meanwhile, I think in response, it will continue to be a grappling maneuver. Okay, this does appear to be strangling you. I did give a very slight bonus for an attack from behind to at least simulate trying to attack someone behind you.
Yep.
That, however, is going to be you struggling, let's say, for breath among anything else, Lothar, and that will be a meagre 2 damage taken as you begin to be asphyxiated. Stagehand and Henrik continue to tussle. Jebediah, in front of you on the table, is an angry-looking halfling that's just swung her boot at your face.
All right. You little half-pint bitch. You messed with the wrong old bastard today. And I go ahead and I pick up the urn on the table and try to smash it on her head.
Okay. Improvise weapon for me, please.
Okay. What's that under?
So on your combat tab, it will be the picture of the question mark under melee weapons. Give me a roll, please, and I'll do the mass. Yeah, if you could right-click her token and be a darling for me first, and click the little bullseye just to target her. That's one thing I forgot to do in your little induction. Or you can just like double-click her. Players, what do you do?
Double right-click.
Double right-click her token for me. There we go. That little white dot signifies you are now targeting her with your urn. Roll me an attack, please, and you have one advantage which will naturally be calculated, and she is going to attempt to dodge.
Okay.
Let's see how we do. That is pretty good.
Wow.
Good fucking lord. Okay. I think the damage alone from being entombed within this is going... Yeah, wow, she's not dead. Good news. But she is up to her waist, covered in an urn that seems to be oozing out wine and whatever else beneath her onto the table. And all you can hear is a little... She sounds absolutely furious and obviously can't see where she's going.
That's what happens.
Meanwhile, south of you, Jebediah. Change your plan. I'm sorry in advance. Running up to you and attempting a maneuver. A lady grabs a candle off of the table, points it towards you, and places it in her mouth in a seductive manner. She is going to be rolling a charm test. Can you roll me a cool, please? Challenging. No, plus 20, sorry. Because you've chatted your way through combat thus far. An average cool test. How's it going there, Mr. Matt?
Doing all right. Sorry, you said it's a...
Average cool, please.
Got it.
A success and a critical. Because this fight is a little different to most, you have technically inflicted damage on this Lady question mark. What do you do as she attempts to suckle this candle in your direction?
Oh, let's see. I just hold up my hand, show her the copper ring around my finger, and say, "I'm married, woman. I ain't doing it a second time."
She tends to. She seems to reel away in pain as you do so, taking 5 wounds. Actually, seems to physically hurt her. Seeing your face so repulsed. In front of you, Jebediah, the small halfling, with an urn on her head. Attempting to jump on you off of the table. They try to cannonball their way. I don't know what it's aiming to achieve, but that's what they're doing, okay? We're going to go with a blind athletics test, so that the chances of this being successful... I mean, that's not a terrible roll. You, sir, can roll whatever you like just to deal with this.
Okay. I guess I'll just do dodge.
Roll me a dodge. You'll naturally get a plus 20 by now. You have a -2 to beat.
Okay, is it challenging?
Average. Assuming it hasn't... Challenging, sorry. Yeah, challenging. Because the modifier is already 20. Okay. You step out the way of the halfling, who lands on the floor. The urn shatters and appears to knock her out in the process. She lays motionless on the floor in front of you. Let's signify her as unconscious. There we go. Rex. You have a drink in your hand, a few drops missing, but you have the most of it still to go through. What are you up to? Okay, a little bit rough on the edges as it works its way down. What's Rex up to while he's downing this drink?
Oh, sorry, I've been talking on mute. So I just gone like that and just chucked it away.
Yep.
In the general direction of the sausage.
Yep.
But then I walk off. I take a chair with me and put it behind the theatre man.
Yep.
Where Rex is standing next to.
Yep.
I just put it behind him and then walk off to the stage and just hang out around the stage.
There is a chair behind him.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Rex, the violinist, looks toward you.
All right, love.
The play intensifies. Can you roll me a cool test, please? I'll give you... challenging.
Ooh.
You feel the
If it's not fair.
You feel the temptation to dance, Rex, or at least with a difference of 0 to tap your feet.
Just tap my feet to it while I'm sort of chilling on the stage with her.
Okay. Lothar. What is this handsome cloth style? I can't even pronounce that name. They are going to attempt to lift you up over their head and throw you on top of Lazarus.
Oh god.
And Engelbrecht. So we're going to go with a strength. You can... I think you're still brawling at this point because you're still entwined.
Oppose it with brawling.
Yes. A chance to escape emerges. 57, 59, that's so close.
She wins.
By 2. Although hers was partly from advantage, which means that your base was actually higher, I believe. Let me just bear with me a second while I click, but I believe you actually won that.
Nope.
No, because it's
apparently not.
after modifiers. +1 fortune would see you a victory.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's up to you,
I'll do
but
that.
if you want a +1 SL, you are able to break free from the clutches of this foul beast.
Yep.
You're going to dress and drag and be Freddie Mercury now.
Yeah, so what I'll say is they got you like halfway over the bar, so like your hips and pelvis were up on the bar, and then started to like grab a hold of your belt and your shirt to try and raise you above your head. You managed to break out of their grasp, and we'll come to you in a moment in terms of what you do. Engel is currently on the floor with Lazarus. Lazarus. It's time to do some wrestling! And this gentleman is going to just simply jump on you. Not with any particular malicious intent. They're just going to jump on you. Rather poorly, I might add.
Break his own nose.
What are you doing in response, Lazarus?
I will dodge.
Roll your dodge for me, please.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Well, he is prone,
So with a roll of -6, I imagine that you like try and spin over and roly-poly out of the way, and just as you make it onto your back, about to roll again, just belly flopping on top of you, is Engel.
All right.
I'm going to give you... You are prone. I'm going to give you a... It's just going to knock the wind out of you, so we're going to give you a fatigue condition here
Okay.
for your -6. The theatre goer is going to grab a bottle off of the table, come back to the chair, take a seat, but not before pouring the bottle over the two of you. It is slippery, Lazarus.
Oh God.
Rex, you do not
wouldn't
need to
he have
roll
needed
anything.
to at least notice the chair? Because, like...
Oh, in walking to the table and back again, the chair
Oh,
was...
right, okay, yeah, sure.
The chair was... It was like, oh, there's a chair here, that's cool. So they're now sat
okay.
down in the chair, having... just enjoying watching the two of them wrestle.
Glad I could help.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Would you like to be more comfortable while beating up my friends? Oh, thank you very much. We're going to just do a entertain average for the dancer, just to see if anything fruity happens. No, a rhythmic, methodic dance. Lazarus, the gentleman in a hat, appears to be going to get a chair, sitting down, and throws a bun at your head. I'm going to... A bun. A reasonably good throw. I'll ask you for a dodge, please, to move your head out of the way as the bun comes hurtling towards it.
Worst dodge ever.
The bun hits you directly in the face. A blind condition.
Oh God.
Oh, he got creamed in the eye. Oh no.
So he's sticky, he's winded, and he's got yeah, indeed, a cream bun in the eye. This is a bad day. Lothar, you have escaped the clutches of doom. What are you doing?
I am gonna just take a swing back, I think, for that.
Just try and clock her one. Sure.
Yeah. You slag.
Oh my god, what is
Oh,
this?
wow.
Oh my word.
Unless you've got the knuckle dusters on, your fists aren't worth shit.
Apparently not.
Distracted by the giant jumblies.
He is still entangled.
It's the non-lethal.
Yeah, the entangled shouldn't have been there. Did you get a bonus, a penalty for the entangled from that?
He probably would have.
I don't know.
What's your base
No,
melee
because my
brawling?
base is 57.
There you go.
alright then.
All is well
there
in
you
the
go.
world. And in response, I'll tell you what happens afterwards. No.
Hearing the
As
tit.
you start to hurl an insult at the bar person, they grab a hold of their jumblies and, sticking their tongue out, start to jiggle them at you in an insulting manner. Or potentially charming, but it seems to be that you took it as insulting as you clock them around the face. And hit them in the body. Apply damage. I guess, you'll... I'll just apply some damage to them. You got yourself some
Sorry, I should
advantage.
have rolled unarmed, shouldn't I?
Yeah, it's all good. That's
targeting
my fault. You've got some advantage, though. I've applied some damage. I'll do the maths in a moment, because we're now off to Jebediah, who has been tackled by Uncle Mo.
Oh dear.
She stinks of spirits. That's all I can tell you, Jebediah. Oh no, she wasn't trying to tackle you. She was trying to seduce you with a candle. She currently has it inside her mouth.
Okay, I was like, do I need to dodge? Okay.
No, apologies. I misremembered. Jebediah.
Okay.
It's rather confusing, but what are you up to right now?
Yeah, I would say if she hasn't been hostile. She tried to seduce me, and I rejected her. Where is the nearest person who seems to be initiating hostilities?
Roll me easy intuition, please, just to quickly survey your surroundings and the intentions of those around you.
Okay. I think I got it right. Ooh.
Okay.
Wow, that's a hell of an intuition he's got going on there.
Yeah, well, that was easy. So.
Oh, right, that's why.
Okay, so your best bet is that she is looking angry towards you. It looks like she is not very happy about your rejection. However, it's hard to anticipate her response. What you are certain about is that there's a fist fight going on over at the bar. It's your choice.
Okay. Yeah, not being certain if she's hostile toward me, and I don't want to just kill a lady unsolicited. If I can, I'd like to take like 2 steps over, grab one of those pieces of wood behind me over there.
Yep.
And then rush. Trying to see who's over there. Who's I guess the guy with a hat. Just try to hit him in the face with the wood.
Okay, top hat man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure. He's sat on a chair currently watching a fight break out on a rolled up carpet.
Okay, so I thought didn't he throw something at someone?
Oh, he threw a bun, indeed.
That's pretty violent. I'm gonna go for it.
Buns of violence. That has been confirmed by this campaign. Right, okay, you are there. You're in his face. How do you feel about people throwing patisserie goods? Roll me an improvised weapon, please, question mark. And you can tick the charging box if it lets you.
How dare you throw food? People are starving, goddammit.
Found it. This is is it challenging, right?
It will be challenging, yes.
Yeah, charging. Okay.
Okay, not your finest roll. In response, there will be a dodge. Not a particularly good one. Okay, you knock them off the chair. Let's give them an athletics to see if they stay upright, or whether they. Haha!
Man, this guy's a Chad.
Takes it. Where do they take it to? Takes it to the chest. Rocks back on the chair, or on the stool rather. But it's still upright. Behind you, Jebediah. Comes a particularly frosty lady called Mo. She is going to try and grab you by your ankles and drag you backwards away from the fight. I am going to be rolling a... Oof. I'm going to go for an athletics just to try and get your... get a hold of your legs and then to drag them away afterwards. I'll allow you to roll whatever you feel is appropriate.
Okay. I guess I'll just go with a dodge. Let's see.
a successful dodge. She tries to clamber for your feet, and you're able to intricately move them out of the way. Perhaps it's the Nuln bar dancing paying off finally. And
Damn woman, I said no.
Rex, you're up.
Right, I'm going to throw some silver onto the stage floor.
Okay.
For the performance people.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna wait to see if that takes. If the attend, I'm just basically the whole point is to distract the entertainers away from me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna throw it away from me.
Gotcha.
So on the other side.
You want them to
so that I want them to look over there and maybe even just stop what they're doing and go after the money.
What do you want to? Do you want to roll a? It's not quite a sleight of hand. It's kind of more like a ballistic skill dexterity roll. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just trying to look through my skills. I've got range throwing, but that's kind of shite.
Yeah, let's go. Well, I mean, you're only throwing coins. Let's go with an average range throw.
Okay, so I throw it on the opposite side to.
Yeah, this is just to land it well. Okay, yeah. It lands well, and I'm going to make a unified cool test to see how easy it is to resist. Okay, it catches their attention for a couple of seconds.
Just to add to it, there's 4 coins. There's 3 people.
Okay.
So,
okay.
And since
I'll say the singer and the musician pay it some attention, but the dancer simply continues. She's not paying attention to anything other than the dancing she's doing. Would be your free reading of the situation.
Right.
Her eyes are pretty much on Henrik.
Excellent. Then, since their attention is now drawn away from me, I grab a bottle off the rack and head upstairs.
Okay. And I don't have a room for upstairs, but I have a feeling there are... I mean, this is basically Engel's quarters, so you are met with... Yeah, okay. You are met with hello, Mr. Powers. Hello, Mr. Powers. Probably about 4 women laying in a bed. Make me
hello, ladies.
Maybe a challenging cool test, please.
Challenging cool test. Yep, if it's not fair. It's not fair. I don't want to know. Apparently,
it's not fair. That was invitational. So, whatever you were doing, it's now jumping into bed.
Excellent.
I mean, there's worse things to happen, right? Lothar.
Well, I did bring a bottle up.
You did?
Yeah, so, you know.
Okay, there has been a fist thrown at Mr. Tellhand. He's going to throw one back. Let's see how this goes. A critical, finally!
Oh, no.
Oh, critical! That's great. That's absolutely great. So
catch each other in the jaw.
Just gonna slug each other over the bar.
Okay, so this is against the barman. A gaping chest wound and thigh strikes. So, I mean, it's... What I will say is, seeing as you're punching each other, I will be happy to mitigate both of the bleeding conditions on either side if you're happy.
Yeah, that's fine. But I can't imagine that my fist would manage to rip their chest.
Yeah, I feel like we will neutralise the bleeding conditions on both parties. However, we will...
Please don't do that endurance to see if I stumble.
Yes, please. Meanwhile...
Endurance? What was it? Average?
That is 2 wounds. That is 3
who gets
wounds.
advantage out of that?
I will... You both... I'll say both of you are stripped of all advantage, because you both took damage.
Okay.
But it will effectively...
He did technically win.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe 1?
Yeah.
Because he won.
Make your test first.
Well, I'm wondering, do I take it with the
for the
advantage?
test.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, take it with the advantage you had, and if you lose it, then you lose the advantage. If you pass, you can keep it. That's.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
Because.
Oh my god!
Wow. Okay, that is definitely no advantage.
Yeah.
So now I picture you're the customer side of the bar. They are the other,
Yes.
and both of you are effectively attempting to lay into each other.
Yeah.
Engelbrecht is going to. Sure. Engelbrecht is going to wave to the two onlookers. Don't forget the shower ash in gold. And in the meantime, is going to take out of his pockets some coins, Lazarus,
Yes.
and pour them all over your face.
Okay.
They're gold crown, by the way.
How many are we talking?
10 to 12, maybe? I don't know. Roll a quick perception test, Lazarus, as you're being showered in gold. Okay. More than 5. You're not sure you can count that high. Drinking continues the other side of the bar. Coming out of their pockets, the theatregoer starts throwing their coin at you, Lazarus, while cheering and jigging in their chair. I tell you what, actually, they're actually going to make a endurance roll to see if they can cope with this much fun. Okay, they're going to throw a handful of silver at you, Lazarus. You won't take any damage. You may just be distracted by this. And then fall off the back of their chair, laughing. Singer continues. The Hat Man is going to do the same with another endurance test. Again, falls off the back of his chair, laughing after showering you in coin. And Lothar, you're up.
So there's no one else really paying attention, is there? It's just me and this bar person.
No one seems to care. The two of you, however, are in a proper fisticuffs.
Yep. So I'll just continue that for a minute then.
Why not?
Sure.
Okay, let the combat commence.
Oh, God.
Mamidia has abandoned you, and
Apparently.
Slanesh has abandoned her as you clock her. Slash him.
Oh, well, forgot to do that.
Never mind. So you won by a bit. I mean, the thing is you when you're
Do you want me
unarmed.
to re-roll the test with the unarmed? And then you can just modify it.
Sure, why not?
This is where I can roll a 1.
By the time toughness is accounted for and the damage of fists, if only.
Yeah.
It would have been a glorious thing.
Critical still.
I mean, the 1 SL difference means it's 5 damage, so... I would think.
It does indeed.
Mitigate.
Yeah, I was going to edit the number to be the same as the old one, if that made sense, but...
Yeah, I was just thinking because it's just +1 SL, which is the difference between the two.
Yeah, after toughness, that has been accounted for. Damage is applied. And you have yourself 1 advantage, and you're wearing her down. She looks like a couple hits, and she or he might hit the sack. Jebediah. In front of you, 2 men have thrown coins at 2 greased-up wrestling people and fallen over the back of their chairs, laughing. Meanwhile, someone is trying to grab your ankles and drag you out. I will give you a freebie that you can hear their voice as well, saying, "Hey, come to Uncle Mo. Oh, sorry, come to Auntie Mo."
Alright, yeah, since the 2 guys seem to be preoccupied with the coins and giggling their asses off, I'm going to go ahead and deal with this woman. I like to say, you know, now that I think about it, you remind me a bit of my wife. And with that, I will pick up a chair and proceed to try to smash it down on her.
Okay. I will ask you for your...
Yay, domestic violence.
Oof. I'll ask you for an improvised weapon roll, please.
All right.
And they are going to attempt to dodge out the way.
Challenging.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
That is a really, really good roll. That is a really bad roll. Okay.
Wow.
You knock her out cold.
Fucking Jebediah's taking names.
Papa's wife now. Jeez. Yeah, she is just like donk. The chair is a lot firmer than you were perhaps anticipating. It doesn't shatter over her like you were thinking it might. It's just a clean and firm donk. Thwap.
What is this, mahogany? All right.
That's a fine quality chair. Might be worth taking that with you. Meanwhile, upstairs, Rex, you are surrounded by ladies in a bed. There appears to be very fine silk all over the place. It's kind of hard to concentrate on that, though. What are you doing?
Yeah. Well, so basically, I was going up there to wait for the fight to be over and Engelberg come up and I would surprise him. But it's a bit hard to surprise somebody when there's 4 women in the room. So, what's is there like a lot of like gold lying about? How much were we missing from Tom? How much did he nick?
You were thinking maybe 100 gold-ish.
Right. Do I see that in the room anywhere, like a chest or anything?
The question is more, can you concentrate, Mr. Powers?
Yes.
I'll ask you a challenging call test, please.
Oh my god, if it's not fair. Seriously, what the fuck? There we go, finally. Just head clears right up.
And this
after
will
I
be
take a slug of booze.
This will be opposed with a...
No.
You are fine for now. You resist the Vembots. Their name is actually totally not a demonette, just for clarification. But, yeah, you're able to resist. Roll me an average perception as you look around.
So, ladies, as much as I'd love to, but I've got things I've got to be doing, alright? So you carry on over there, I'll do what I'm doing, alright?
There is a unified... Oh.
Sorry, ladies. Maybe next time.
There's not... The room is lavishly laid out. Just about anything in here is clearly worth a lot of money.
Right.
Coin-wise, you don't see a massive stash, but you see a few items that are clearly worth a lot of money. Crockery, jewellery, some very, very, very fine clothing.
Any, so there's any, like, lock boxes or anything?
With your +3, yes, one small chest atop a chest of drawers.
I'm going to open that up.
It's locked.
I will pick it.
Sure. Just because you've got time up here that not much else is happening. Roll me. Do you have pick lock? Well, you have lock picks, don't you?
I have lock picks and pick lock.
Okay, so roll pick lock for me, please. Average.
Challenging average?
Well, hang on. I will give you the choice. I will say you can have it average if the girls can also oppose this, or you can have challenging if you try to do it quickly.
Challenge it then.
Challenging it is.
Oof.
That is a sticky lock. Although the chest isn't that big.
Right.
I would say it's kind of like the size of a small, like a briefcase. Small briefcase. You could carry it, basically.
I'm going to wait till my next turn.
Yeah.
I
was going to say, that's us out of economy for now.
That's probably more than enough.
Lothar.
Yep.
Grabbing a barrel of ale and attempting to throw it at you instead, Mr. Tellhand is going to try and throttle you with a short-range barrel attack.
I get to dodge that?
Yes, you do. It's point blank.
Does it matter?
Oh my
didn't
word!
matter.
No!
Fucking hell, man.
I know.
Can you
These
make
rolls,
me
huh?
a endurance roll, please,
Yeah.
or athletics? Let's go with endurance. Okay. Throws a tankard of ale. The good news is that you managed to catch it, and none of it breaks or spills anywhere. The bad news is that it's going to knock you off of your feet backwards. But you have a tankard of ale in your hands now.
I'm gonna do like a small keg.
Yes, sorry, a keg. I was looking for the word there in my mind. You have a small keg in your hands. It probably weighs, let's say, as much as a heavy bowling ball, but impressively, you managed to catch it and prevent it from breaking. Gentlemen, I'm going to ask you just to reflect on what the hell is going on here for a moment, because I need to quickly go bio and also reflect on my life choices. So I'm just going to ask for some very brief reflections on how you feel this fight is going, who you think the victor will be, and maybe what the plan is to help to make this end, if you ever want it to. I'll be right back.
You guys are doing a fantastic job, by the way. This is great.
Wait, if the dice would work for
fighting,
me.
yeah, you're fighting the real fight up there.
Oh god, yeah, man. 4 fembots. God. Hard going. But yeah, so what my plan is basically hopefully we can find like 100 gold or something worth the same, and I'm just gonna leave with it. That way we've got what we came for.
That chair I just used might be worth part of that.
That chair's gonna become your next main weapon, isn't it? It's just like, why is your guy carrying around a chair? Don't fuck with the guy with the chair, all right?
Yeah, just throw out the boat hook altogether.
Oh, you can make it into the boat hook.
Oh.
Get it made into it, yeah, man. Take the chair with you. Be like, by the way, I'm taking this, and just for no reason. That'd be so cool.
Well,
Yeah.
I've profited because I've now got an untapped keg of beer.
Excellent.
Do we have anything? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
As I say, I'm not looking to just clear him out. I'm looking to just take what's ours and leave, because that's what we've been allowed to do.
And considering he's been like grinding it up and snorting it and throwing the coins around, there's probably not going to be much in it.
He probably won't notice either. That's kind of like why I'm up. Like, that's why I've just sort of sauntered my way through the whole thing.
Or it's just going to be full of brass pennies.
Could well be, but that's why I'm opening it first and not just nicking it.
I mean, you might also turn around into the face of those 4 fembots that want you. So you might not get out of there scot-free yet.
Well, we'll see.
Sorry about that. That was a truly Slaneshian piss. I haven't even drunk anything today, and apparently I've got 10 pints in me. Right. Whose go is it? It's Engel. Engel is going to try to cocoon himself with you, Lazarus, inside this carpet. We're going to go for a strength test. Nope. What are you doing to oppose Lazarus? Hello, Lazarus.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. I'm gonna use an opposed strength test, I guess.
It makes sense. Roll away. Oh, good lord, both of you suck.
Yeah.
He has the better roll, so that's ever so slightly going to be a victory as he manages to... Sorry?
I was sorry, never mind. Don't worry
Yeah,
about me.
20 is not better, unfortunately.
What's his ballistic skill?
That's a very good question. Yeah, that is a very good question. Any answers?
You rolled the wrong thing, Lazarus.
Okay, let me just double check his strength. You have a strength of 32, which means it would have been a better roll. You win. Okay, moving on. picking themselves up from a chair, they are going to stand up and attempt to jump on top of you. Lazarus, you are being bundled.
Okay.
I'm going to roll I think we'll roll an athletics here. Now, you are being outnumbered as well. This is just a good old-fashioned bundle. So, not the best. I will allow you a dodge to try and get out of the way. And if I fail to mention, they've taken their top off.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Not that easy to get your way out of the way in a greased up bear rug with a topless man jumping on top of you. Can you roll me an endurance test, please? It doesn't help as well that you're already winded and you've been poked in the eye. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Effectively, you're just being crushed alive. There will be damage being inflicted by this point. Same again.
I'm going to start screaming for help.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, actually. We're going to go for another... I would be impressed if you can beat that with a dodge, but...
I doubt it.
Yeah, let's see what you can do. I mean, that's not terrible, though. That's not terrible. Okay, so what you have now, Lazarus, is a creepy guy from Marienburg who is wrestling you with two topless men that have now jumped on you. And I would say that this is no longer felt entirely friendly, as you can feel your muscles starting to be pulled and a fair degree of pain. Lothar, you have your movement to get back up, and then you have an action to remain.
So I'm assuming that I basically stumbled back or been pushed back to against this.
Yeah, indeed. You are free to move as
table.
Well, sorry,
So,
no, you're not engaged.
I'm going to kind of push myself back up the table, check over the keg to make sure it's still intact, gently place it on the table so that it doesn't get spilt.
Yep.
Priorities. And then, what's the slag behind the bar doing at this point?
Looks like she's grabbing another one to throw it at you.
I'm going to grab a chair and overarm it back at her, I think.
Sure. Let's have a... I mean, it's pretty close. Should this be ballistic skill by now? Or...
Unless he's got ranged thrown.
I don't believe I do. I don't have any range.
It's a large target. I'll give you an average ballistic skill, opposed with her dodge.
Average ballistic.
Slow-moving projectile and all that, so...
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Apparently I can nail throwing chairs.
Yeah. Okay, that is definitely a win. So while just grabbing another keg and raising it above his head, chair lands square in their arm, knocking the keg off and it landing on top of them. I'm going to get an endurance roll just to see if they're able to stay upright. Or whether this is... No, apparently not. Apparently not.
Whoa.
I mean, they're built like a cave troll, but never mind. That's clearly not enough, as they're going to get a prone and an entangled condition as a chair wraps itself around their body, ending up with their head sticking out from it and a keg knocking them on the head. They are shouting at this point, and particularly perturbed at you, Lothar. Jebediah, having knocked out one woman, what are you up to now?
Yeah, having heard Lazarus's cry for help, I'm going to take my lucky chair in hand and see if I can attack the greased up half-naked man on the floor.
Okay, there are two of them to pick from. One used to have a hat and the other has a cravat. So, hat or cravat?
I'll go with hat because that bastard threw that bun earlier.
Okay.
He's still on about that.
Yeah, no, that is a very sound argument, really. I mean,
We'll have to get him a book of grudges.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Point blank, they're wrestling. So, are you just trying to like break it over the back of them, or are you just like chucking it at them? What's the intricacies here?
I'm trying to swing it down on him. I mean, if I have to break it, I have to break it. Ideally, I'd like to, keep this chair.
Just roll me an improvised weapon, and you can have an easy attack because they're not paying attention to you. They're trying to wrestle in a little greasy mosh pit. And you're effectively doing the classic old wrestling move, which is pretty... Oh, wow, okay. And I'll just roll a perception just to see if they do catch a glimpse of what's going on before them. Okay, so they just turn their head just in time to see a chair crashing down towards it and smack. We will roll a... that's going to be them... Not dead, but pretty badly hurt. And they're going to effectively roll out of the fight. Looking injured, but they're not quite done. Rex. Back to you.
I'm going to keep trying to pick the lock.
Okay.
See what we got going on here.
Okay. I'll same choice again. I'm going to allow a challenging choice or an average with an opposed.
I'll take a challenge. Getting easier.
Rerolls?
Yeah. Nope.
Nope.
Getting worse.
Yeah, it really doesn't help that you've got 4 women behind you, all scantily clad in expensive clothes as well. And despite you not being a shallow man, it's still off-putting. Behind the bar, Lothar, you can just hear basically this ogre-like physique trying to crawl their way back up, sounding particularly pissed off. Meanwhile, Engel is going to shout out right next to you, Lazarus, does anybody have a match? And it's going to... yeah, indeed. Oh, God. He's going to start, hands going over his jacket, looking for something. He's going to perform a dexterity roll to see if he can find a match. No, he can't, but he's looking for one. Performer, is going to also dive into his clothing looking for a match. Neither of them have had any luck yet, but they have loosened their grasp on you, ever so slightly. Jebediah, or should I say Jebediah, the man that used to be wearing a hat that is now topless and covered in oil, is crawling out of this fight, stands up next to you, and just simply attempts to slap you around the face. Just a good old man slap. And this will be an unarmed attack at you. There we go. Not bad. Let's have a dodge.
All right. Challenging. Challenging, please. Okay.
All I can hear in Grimm's mind is, please don't lose because I don't want to be set on fire.
A successful slap. 1 wound taken.
Right.
Advantage destroyed, and potentially ego as well. Lothar, you're up. Jebediah, you're up next.
I'm going to see if I can grab... So in this particular sandwich of alcohol, oil, and sweaty bodies
Yes.
that's going on in this rug,
Yes.
who's on the top of all of it? Is it the
Engel is
actor?
Engel is currently kneeling up, trying to look in amongst his jacket for a match.
So I'll just go try and grab him and see about slamming him into the bar.
Okay, just grabbing him, slam the head in the bar. I love it. Let's have a. I mean, you've got some advantage by now as well, and you're getting him from behind. So, do you want to roll me a brawling with a plus 20 in addition to the advantage?
Yep.
For your grab from behind. Okay, well that may well still get him. Let's unarmed. I really hope he rolls like a natural 1 here and just grabs you into this. No, never mind. It would have been beautiful, but no. Okay, yeah, you are able to separate him from the scrap, and he's going to roll an endurance test just to see if he can not be passed out. That should have been more difficult than it was, but that's a pretty good roll. That would have been a 33 target. Still conscious. But you slam his head into the bar, and I like this bar. And we move on to Jebediah. Jebediah, you've just been slapped.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and set my chair down, or I guess just drop the chair, and I'm gonna pick up one of those nice little metal candelabras sitting on the bar there.
Yep.
And see if I can clock him with it.
Okay. Nice. Improvised weapon roll for me, please.
Okay.
And we are going to roll. That's a pretty good roll. I'll give you that. That is not going to be enough to hit him, however.
Fortune.
Yeah, do you want to re-roll? Do you want to stick with?
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, how do I,
okay.
what do I click on
So
that?
you can right-click on the text box of the weapon test you just did and click use a fortune point to re-roll.
So with, oh, I see it.
Within the actual chat. Yeah, you'll have to do it in the... It is not happening. By the time you grab it, swinging towards him, ducks out the way and looks ready for perhaps something far worse than a slap. Rex, you're up again.
Alright, so I'm going to try something here. Now, ladies, how about we play some hide and seek? Like that, just sort of like, you hide, I'll seek. Just sort of trying to buy...
A charm for me, please.
Just trying to get them to fuck off. There we go.
Oh.
Okay. And we're going to have a... Oof, I think that's an intuition roll. That's enough for you to pass. And it's technically a fumble, so... Two of them go and hide, one behind a curtain, one inside one underneath the bed. The other two trip over themselves and briefly wrestle for you, which raises an eyebrow, before then going off to hide themselves. Rex, you have a few moments peace, and there is a copious amount of giggling.
Can I pick the lock?
Yeah, go on. You can have 2 rolls, just because.
Cool.
Just for the sake of moving things along. Yeah, average. You can actually concentrate for the first time now.
Yay!
Okay. You open the chest, and a golden glow meets your face. Inside the chest is not gold coin, but what looks like a bar of gold.
Okay. Do I know how much a bar of gold, or how much that much gold is worth?
Roll a quick evaluate for me. Average.
Evaluate average.
A no, but it comes from a -0 fail, which is a... You're not sure how much it's worth, but you know it's a lot.
Would that cover... Oh no, I don't know how much it is, do I? Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm afraid you don't have a number, but you obviously it's gold, so you know it's hella valuable, but...
More than 3.
Yeah, more than 3, indeed. Right, And that moves us to Engel, who is still conscious, has been grabbed by Lothar, who I think will have another advantage by now. And he is going to attempt to... Excuse me, while I just look at all the skills and think, what the hell fruity shit can I do with this? He is going to cough in front of you, Lothar, raising his hand up to his mouth, and then quickly opening his mouth in front of you, opening his fist in front of you. It's going to fling a gold crown in your face. And that is going to be a weird bribery check. Sleight of hand. There we go. We're going to do a sleight of hand. You have your plus 20 to whatever you're doing to oppose this. Nope, not a very good one.
I guess dodge if...
I mean,
move out of the way.
It depends. Yeah. Yep.
I suppose just to move my head or something as he's...
Yep, the coin flies by the side of your face as you whip your head out the way, and his face looks distraught seeing the gold crown fly the opposite side of the room. In utter fury, Lazarus, the theatre goer that was looking for a match, is now just simply going to clock you one.
Okay.
However, you are not fighting the person built like a cave troll.
But they are good.
But
Holy crap.
they do punch like one, apparently. What are you doing to oppose this?
I guess
think we
dodge and wiggle my way out.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you're both greased up. Okay. That is... Oof.
Ooh, I'm knocked out.
Is that going to KO you? What's your toughness? 4.
Great. Oh,
14.
I'll be close.
You're actually KO'd by that, buddy. Is that a time for a reroll? I will allow you to get rid of your one condition there, so that'll be a -6. That'll be 17, 13. I would say, how do you feel about rerolling? Or a corruption reroll?
No, I got some fortune.
If you do anything better than -5, then that's better. So, good news is that you don't go unconscious and take a critical wound from this. But you do still take a square hit to the chest. Meanwhile, the dancer continues. Jebediah, man by your side, grabs some sweet corn, an entire cob of it, and quickly attempts to ram it into your mouth.
Is this the hat guy again?
This is the hat guy still.
Chad.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
What the hell is that going to count as? Oh, we'll just count it as an unarmed attack with maybe a choking condition. God knows. Okay, cool. You've got a +4 to beat. I mean, you can
Roll.
you can do what you want to oppose it. I don't know.
I mean, I guess dodge should be the default.
Sure.
Okay.
No. You have just as you're going to swing at him. Yeah, you could re-roll if you like. Wow, 11 damage. That's
Yeah.
I think that would KO me. I think. Or
no,
that would be a
you'd
zero.
minus toughness, so you'd still be up.
Oh.
So you would be alive, but I'm going to say that it wouldn't be a great day. It's up to you if you want to re-roll. Your choice.
Yeah, I think I'll. Well. Yeah.
Or take
I
that.
could do it.
Take that cob like a man.
I don't mind with him rolling 90s.
Would it change your mind if I said it's not buttered?
I'll take the hit.
You'll take the hit. Okay. So the damage comes from you choking to try and get this out of your mouth as you were going to swing this candle at their head. They quickly jam a cob down your throat. A lot of coughing is about to ensue, but we'll deal with that in a moment. Lothar, we're nearly done, I'm sure.
I'm gonna straight arm Engel back into the bar, I think, as he's tried to get away from it, from where I slammed him into it the first time.
Okay. Roll me your attack.
Sure.
Nice.
And he is going to... That is tasty.
Oof.
Well,
That is...
Whoa.
Wow. So the greased up Engel, as you go to punch him, just sort of slips his way between your legs and slides across the floor. Standard Marienburg tactic, I'm afraid. Jebediah, you're up.
All right, it's Candelabra again.
Candle time him again. You do have a cob in your mouth first. Can I... This is a separate test of a...
Endurance?
Yeah, or a strength. Or, it depends if you...
Let me look.
Imagine endurance would be...
Depends what you want to do with it. You just want to chew it up? I'll give you a strength for an endurance. We'll just like pop it out.
I'll think I'll just pop it out. I'm not trying to
Okay.
be a show off right now.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the endurance. Okay.
Sure.
Challenging.
Challenging for me, please.
Okay.
Okay. You are able to quickly release the cob from your mouth, and you can make your attack against him. Please double. Yeah, you've clicked the token. One more hit will probably do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of gasping and coughing a little as I make my swing, and it's challenging, right?
Yep.
Okay.
With unbuttered corn all around your beard. Absolutely gross. Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Wow.
was a one.
Here comes a bad roll. Okay. That is enough. You knock him clean out.
Take that, you son bitch.
Okay, that's one less to deal with. And we go back to Rex. He
So
currently
I'm
has an
going-
eye full of gold.
Yep. So I'm going to take the gold bar, leave the box where it was, and I think that's I based on my evaluate roll, I believe that's probably payment in full, but I don't actually know.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think I'll just count that as payment in full. I think a gold bar is probably worth what he took.
It's quite likely.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take that and just quietly exit the room while the girls are still hiding.
Sure. Okay. Meanwhile,
No.
as you walk out, you can hear giggling in the background. Of various individuals hiding, waiting to be found. I think somewhere deep inside Rex's soul right now, he's thinking, damn.
Fuck my damn my fucking duty at this moment.
Yeah. Why
My
couldn't I?
responsibility to
Why
my
couldn't I be a
responsibility to my
barman?
town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Fuck my life.
Right.
Poor life choices.
So greased
Well,
up
I shot
Engel
life.
guy is having just slid from beside you, Lothar, is going to. Oh, good lord! Actually, everyone's nearly dead, aren't they? I think there was one. Yeah, there was the guy that just clocked Lazarus, but and the barman's basically tangled up in a chair right now.
The hat guy's down, but the other one isn't.
Yeah, I got the wrong guy,
one trying
didn't I?
to set fire.
Yeah, I got
the one trying to set fire. The Lazarus.
Oh,
is still
they're
up.
both marked as the same bloody token. That's why. Never mind. That's why they both went down at once. Right. So that leaves Engel kind of on his own. What is he gonna do? I don't know. Let's just put this down to a willpower test, and we'll see if that gives me some inspiration.
Fucking hell, he's got some kick-ass willpower.
Yeah, he does.
Has he got 3 advantage or something?
No, he's just got loads of willpower.
Me. It's a wizard, Harry.
He did have one advantage.
He's a hazard, Harry.
Yeah, he is going to sort of just back away very slowly and do a defensive stance for whatever is coming his way. Lothar, you're up. Lazarus in front of you has just been clocked by a theatrical, topless-looking man.
Is Engel still on the floor? Out of the prone condition, or has he actually climbed up the bar?
He is getting up.
Prone by the token.
Yeah, he's prone by the token, but he had stood up with his advantage, I'd put. So he's just sort of like crawled away, got on his feet. Hey.
I'm gonna grab one of these casks that's on the end of the bar and try and smash it over the guy's head that's attacking Lazarus.
Okay, melee brawling. You can have an outnumbering and...
Call it an improvised weapon?
Yeah, improvised average attack, please.
So just the plus 20?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you for the raid.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, let's see what he does in response. Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, apparently he gets knocked the fuck out. Because despite the fact your blow wasn't looking that hot, he jumps into it. Jebediah. There are a bunch of greased up people all around you. A lady who you'd struck with a chair. It seems to be made of a good, rich mahogany. There is a greased guy wearing a bird mask on the floor. No, I don't think he actually is. No, you were wearing a mask, weren't you, as a disguise, so he wouldn't recognise you. Okay, there's a guy wearing a beaky mask who is greased up on the floor, who's been wrestling some people. A skinhead man who's been punching loads of people. And everyone, the three of you are in, let's say, a Mexican standoff of confusion. What do you want to do?
I mean, Lazarus has also got a bun stuck on his beak.
Yeah, sure.
You boys want any trouble?
Not from anyone else.
I don't want to be set on fire.
Good. I'm tired. I just had to beat a halfling, a woman, and some hat wearing some bitch. Speaking of which, and with that, I reach down, pick up his hat, and put it on.
Can you also roll me a average intuition for me, Jebediah?
Mm-hmm. There it is. Oh.
Sure.
Ooh.
As you are, soldier. As you are.
Wrong.
Everything's fine. Okay. And coming down the stairs is Rex. Rex.
Just going to casually ignore everybody and walk out.
Fuck you.
I just leave.
Okay, gentlemen.
But as I leave, can I just sort of like just try and get Lothar's attention sort of with my head and just be like, let's go. Sort of motion.
Okay, you give him the like 20-degree
done
head
here.
side nod.
Yeah,
Sure.
we're done here. Nod.
Okay. All you can see is Engel in the side of the room dancing. Pretty well, actually. One hand on the hip, the other... He's got like the teapot pose going on. And he's just starting to dance and jig a little bit. Gentlemen, those of you who aren't particularly corrupt, what are you doing right now? Lothar, Lazarus, Jebediah?
I'm going to be following behind them as they start to depart the tavern. Not super close. I want them to think that I'm trying to attack them next.
Okay.
But I'm going to try to stir up a conversation with them once they're out.
Yeah, I'm going to try and help Lazarus off the floor, as oiled up as he is.
Okay. Two things stand out as you are leaving this building. Not only is Henrik.
Oh, and grab Heinrich.
Yeah, I was going to say, you might
Maybe should help
wanna,
him at some point.
you might want to pick up poor little Heinrich, who's just been wrestling someone on the floor the whole time. Fortunately, both of them hit like a wet noodle. Meanwhile, the dancer on stage is still going. The singer. The same song has been on repeat, in fact, for an hour and 45 minutes. It's probably going to get me a copyright strike, but it'll be worth it. And as you were leaving, the only other person stood within this tavern, Engelbrecht. One old man on the other side of the bar has simply passed out after drinking too much, but Engelbrecht is just sort of creepily dancing and having a great time. Meanwhile, I think we can just skip to outside this hellhole. Let us consolidate your tokens. God, Lazarus, how many more conditions do you want?
All of them. I'm just collecting them today.
Got beat up by a Dutchman.
Can I be unblinded?
Yeah, go on.
You do it yourself, mate.
Right, gentlemen. You are outside. It is raining. It is wet, but no one's trying to punch you. Over to you.
The first thing I'm like is, right, we find a quiet spot away from people.
Yep.
So like an alleyway or something.
Skedaddle to an alleyway.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys find your way to an alleyway. You find somewhere secluded and quiet.
Can I check to make sure no one's around us?
Make a challenging perception, please.
And I'm not being stealthy.
Okay.
Just like, all I know is that the Jebediah's here. Who's this guy?
Name's Jebediah. You boys handled yourself all right back there. I reckon that the guard's probably about to show up any minute now, and just wondering if maybe y'all had somewhere we could duck and hide for a bit.
Well, I mean, we have a boat, I guess.
Well, we weren't planning on hanging around, so you can come with us if you want.
I like boats just fine. Actually, I'm a dock worker.
Oh, cool. Well, that'll come in handy, I guess. Anyway, boys, so while you were busy dealing with that, I was busy dealing with this, and I open up my fine trench coat and point and sort of lift up the bar out of one of the pockets and then slide it back in.
There's a bit of coin.
I evaluate that just to see if I can guess how much it's
You certainly can.
average as we're stood in an alley. Quietly.
Average, yeah.
About as good as I did.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to tell. There is
Right, anyway.
something that needs to be done, however, gentlemen, while you are here. There's a little box in chat I would like you to click on, please. It says corrupting influence, minor.
Okay.
Because you
Oh,
have
I
all
guess-
just exposed yourself to something that is not particularly family
Full or
friendly.
endurance. Or
I will say... Yeah, that's a good question. Let's go with endurance. Because this is potentially more of a physically afflicting...
Ugh.
Okay.
careful you didn't gain extra there, Grim, because you rerolled.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
system likes to add
Just
it
make
back
sure it
on.
didn't add you to. What were you on before, Lazarus?
Oh, it looks like they fixed that.
Aha!
Was it? Ah, fantastic.
Haha. Well, I think good news overall that a fairly minimal amount of corruption among the group, but rightly earned, as you just witnessed a really weird bar fight that was somewhat more alluring than you might have expected. However, big shiny gold in your face, Lothar. Probably worth lots of pennies.
So I guess we meet up with like Sigurd, who's around somewhere. so
Sure.
I can give him the bar, because me holding a bar and getting searched, if I was found with it, I'm a thief.
Yeah, not a good idea.
If
Not a good look.
If he's found with it, he's a noble. It's just
Okay.
noble things.
Yeah, you hand it over to Sigurd, who is there with Yodicus. They agree that it's probably worth a decent sum of money and would go a good way to paying off any debts. So it can be taken.
Good.
During that exchange, I'm just kind of keeping my distance a bit, looking at the noble a bit anxiously, trying to keep my eyes down.
Yeah, that's a good point. There will be a couple of questions towards you, Rex Lothar and Lazarus, as to who's the old guy with a hat.
We just say this guy helped us out obtain that. So
Okay.
you know,
I'll
we're gonna let
say
him, and he wants to roll with us, sort of thing. So
I will say this
Nice.
on Yodicus's behalf. Be careful what you say to him. Wink,
yeah,
wink.
we know.
Wink, 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 wink. And then gets on to talking about noble business with Nobly Noble McNobleson.
And at that point, I lose
Fancy
complete
pants,
interest and leave.
Fair enough. Gentlemen, I feel you have earned yourselves a quick bio break, as you have survived your first bar brawl, and no one was set on fire. Well done.
I am so happy.
You were so
Yeah.
close.
That would have been bad. I'll see you in a bit, guys. Whew, 5 minutes. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It is I, Hydra, with players. Aha! And I believe our group are, unless there is any unfinished business, Rex Lothar.
I'll do a
Yes.
quick U-turn back into the bar and grab my chair because I forgot it.
Okay.
Like, don't mind me, and then head back out.
Fair enough. You step outside with a particularly good quality chair that seems to be made from a particularly durable wood.
Okay, what's with the chair?
It's a pretty nice chair. You don't just leave that.
Okay. Rex is 110% confused, but whatever.
And Jebediah just looks like he's just, the most obvious thing in the world to take that chair.
He took
Standard.
the chair.
Standard. I mean, it's Vegas. Stepping out of a tavern with a chair included, especially when the price of drinks is so high, is certainly not unheard of. Overcharge me for a drink? I'll take your damn chair then. Don't mind if I do. Right, gentlemen. I believe we can fast track back to Tarm then, seeing as that's where the ship is headed.
Yep.
Yeah, I got
Okay. So, Jebediah, do you think you have heard of Tarm?
You'd probably know better than I would. What do you think?
The only thing you've probably heard about it is that it has a bakery that's supposed to be quite nice. It's not somewhere that a lot of seafaring folk go, and the dock doesn't see a lot of commercial traffic, so most people of your nautical disposition don't know much other than it's a place to avoid and a bit of a dump.
So we're going to Tom, you say?
Yeah, mate. Welcome to Tom.
This is it.
Oh, yes.
Why do you live here?
Why wouldn't you live here?
All right. He just looks over the horizon and just shakes his head and proceeds.
A long, long way from the shrines of Manana. This is even quite far from the River Bogan, so there's such an unknown place that there isn't even a deity for the local river. Now, I will assume as the ship arrives back, Jodicus, etc., let's just call them the nobles, head off back to town and step inside the noble quarter to discuss the forthcoming visit of Natalia Starboardburn and, well, et al. Leaving the four of you
boys. Sorry, keep going.
to do as you please.
Right, boys. So, I've got a couple of things I need to take care of, and I need to take care of them on my own. So, pleasure getting to know you, Jebediah, but I need to take care of some business.
Likewise.
All right,
So,
Rex, where are you going?
So, I'm going to start with Bucky.
I'll let you move your own token. Meanwhile,
Yep.
the camera will move up to Bucky, who is currently in a...
So,
he's
I'm
in-
carrying the mining equipment that we found,
Okay.
like surveying equipment or whatever it was.
He is currently in discussion with another dwarf. This is... I would ask you how much time you have spent within the Miner's Pick recently, Rex, or perhaps within the last 2 months.
Would have spent some time in there having a drink, having a chat.
Okay.
Beyond that,
You would be vaguely familiar with Gorim, who is the Grimnir priest. He is even by dwarven standards, said to be quite difficult to understand, and is currently in conversation with Bocky. They seem to be negotiating something.
I'll just hang back and just lean against the wall while I wait for him.
Okay. A summary of the conversation is, well, I'm not exactly sure. Followed by, Flungy birdie hong, flungy frungy ongy bong hong, flungy fruity bow. Back and forth for a while before Gorim leaves, looking fairly hearty. And Bocky finally turns to face you. Hey, sorry about that. Just,
What's up with him?
Oh, just wanted to negotiate a larger shrine for Grimnir, but having some problems with the translation. Nordic dwarfs. Yeah, he's from the north.
Yeah, know the feeling. I translate Soren most of the time to most people who can't understand him.
Aye.
Anyway, I brought you a present, mate.
Oh.
Pick up the crate, bang it on his table.
Oh.
Try on this while we're out and about.
Couple of picks and a couple of... These seem to be doughy.
Don't know, mate. Found him in a cave underneath a castle.
Oh, well. Castle.
The castle up at Bogarthen, isn't it?
Oh, right. Well, I think I'll have to have a little look. Just to make sure they don't need to be returned to the family, but if I do, then that'll put me in their good books. So, thank you kindly.
Well, yeah, either way, help yourself. It's just thought, mining, Bocky. And obviously I thought you would know if it was Dwarven or if it needed to go back somewhere.
Aye, definitely Dwarven, and I'll reach out to the clans to see if they require any of the equipment. Sometimes in the absence of... You see, you found them, but there was no bodies.
Yeah, that was the weird part.
Oh, well, okay. Well, that complicates matters, but that's for something for me and the Longbeards to thrash out, so...
Well, I mean, there was another part of the cave, but you do not want to go in there.
Oh, right. Was there more, rats?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you do not want to go in there.
Oh, okay. Well, duly noted. I'll make sure to,
Well, you personally don't want to go in there, because I remember that. You remember that time we were in the Haga Crypt?
Aye.
And you remember that time when that big fuck off dragon thing
picked
you up and threw you about a bit?
No.
Yeah, a bit
you
like
see
that.
his face instantly be like, no. No.
Yeah, so a bit like that, but two.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so...
All right.
You do not go in there, right?
No. Maybe. Maybe we could send them some black powder and they can kaboom it.
You have to pass through underground, like an underpass of water, mate. Black powder will be wet.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
You'd have to mine through.
Dwarves are not known for their swimming capabilities.
Well, neither was Henrik, but he managed it just.
Noted.
Anyway, so yeah, I brought you this. Hope you can do some good with it, basically. Now, this is between you and me. I have a favour to ask.
Aye.
Well, actually, it's kind of two favours. Number one, have you got any spare silver?
Aye.
Or silver that you're willing to sell at a reasonable price?
Oh, aye. I'm sure we could find something. We've got a bit of ore floating around.
Good. And then secondly, do you have any contacts of like a weaponsmith? Because I need to make this, and I pull out my drawing that I've put together. from.
Well, I would say, I believe, if as far as I'm mistaken, you could probably get the dwarfs at the Carrack to have a crack. They would probably be appropriate, but alternatively, you could. There might be a contact in Boggrafen, but it depends entirely if you'd want it more of a dowie persuasion or a little bit more ungy.
Well, given what this is going to represent to me, I think dowie is most appropriate.
Well, that sounds good. I believe your noble fancy pants was headed off to deliver the Slayer axe back to the Carrack, so...
He is. I was just hoping you might know someone, because, like...
Oh, at the Carrack,
I can imagine a dwarf. Yeah, I can imagine a dwarf looking at me asking for that. Point to the picture. That's going to raise a few eyebrows.
They don't go for the pokey so much as the slashy, but they can still do it. It's just, a little bit less of their thing, but it's still fine.
You have a name of anybody you recommend, or?
Well, I would probably start with let me just have a look, consult with my books, and I'll write down the name and a letter of recommendation to you.
Appreciate that, Bocky. Appreciate it. I always liked you the best.
I've got a very nice beard.
So, what I'm going to do then is I'll take my picture away. So I said, let me know how much I owe for the silver.
Okay.
And then put a couple of silver on the table, and I say, have a pint on me and you pick in the pick, mate, and I'll catch you later.
Oh, that's very kind. I'll let us speak to you shortly, and Sigmar will be with you and all that.
And Grimnir be with you, mate.
Aye.
Gives him the buddy Christ pointing fingers.
Twitches his nose a little bit and buries his head in the paperwork as you leave. And
Right.
Was there another thing on Rex's to-do list?
I'm just gonna look up at the. I'm just gonna look up at the sky, and just the rain falls down on me, and it's like, yeah, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. Let's do this. And I walk all the way to wherever the bloke that we've held for ages is.
Oh, yep.
Where is that Han?
In the prison. There's a dude. Yeah, I don't have a token immediately available, so
that's fine. It's depends on what you're going to roll, I guess. But just gonna go in and be like, "You're right. How's it going?"
Currently muzzled.
Muzzled? Who the fuck muzzled him? Take the damn. I go over and take the damn muzzle off. What on earth? Who did that? Who did this?
Oh, I got told I was making too much noise. I was just asking if they could let me out, or put an end to my misery or something, but...
Yeah, so I might have something for you there.
Oh, all right.
A little bit from column A and a little bit from column B. So, don't take this too heartily. Right, let's so is he, so what's the, is it just, it's just a house, isn't it, this jail?
Pretty much. It's just a hollowed out house, no windows, just a single door leading in.
Table and chairs?
Nothing in there currently. He is just sort of like tied up on the floor.
Right, okay, so I'm gonna go outside and be like, "Oi, fuckwit," to the guard.
Hey.
Alright, I need from you, or you guys, a table and 2 boxes to sit on. This is really important.
All right, then. Do we take them away afterwards?
Hopefully, you won't need to.
All right, we had to take them away on account of him being on suicide watch. And, comes back with a box, and then another box, then another box. And you have a table box and 2 seating boxes.
Fantastic. I sit down at one. Well, I cut him out. Well, get him untied. And so sit down on the box. Sit down over there.
Sits down on the box.
I sit down on the other box across from him. I go, right. So, I've had a chat with Sigurd. And I basically said that you being in here is totally pointless because all you're doing is, well, existing, isn't it? Can't be good for you. It's not good for a town. It's no good for no one, isn't it?
Squints her eyes and nods.
So I have a proposition for you. I am looking to put together a crew to start kicking the crap out of all the undead that's roaming around. Now, I've been doing it for a while, and I've got to say, it's not as terrifying as it sounds. Unless you get the ones that are really big or the ones that jump... No, hang on. Never mind. Ignore that. Ignore that. It's not as bad as it sounds, but people need us to help them. And I can't do it by myself. So I'm thinking, if you come with me and roll with me, 1, you're free man again. 2, well, you might get killed. But it's got to be better than sitting in here tied up like a pig. So I hereby offer you the following choice. I bang 2 bottles on the table. I say that bottle over there, the one that says Sigurd on it. You take that one, and I can't guarantee what's going to happen to you. You might survive. And then there's this one, which got my name on it. And so you drink from that one. That means you're in, and we're gonna go and kick the shit out of some undead for a living, and hopefully help some people in the process.
Grabs without hesitation the opportunity of freedom, without saying a word, and downs the bottle.
Hey, easy. Oh no. At least give me some as I slap it away from the drinks.
Oh.
The fucking
Sorry.
bastard. Nah. I admire your commitment to the cause. Welcome to the team. So, I'm going to get you set for getting out of here. Now, people might not be too okay with this, but, you know, what do we care? We're going to be fighting the undead, mate.
I'm going to roll a cool test for this individual just to see if they're happy with this or whether they're giving a facial expression of what have I done. There's definitely some trepidation in there, but generally speaking, Rex, you can see that the offer of freedom outweighs any.
I'll just be like,
others.
come on, mate, it's going to be amazing. We're going to kill so many of them, yeah? We're going to have them all, and, you know, we're going to put them back in the ground. We're going to make sure that they don't come back. It's going to be awesome. Just you wait. Just you wait. As I just sort of, like, give him this sort of, like...
leadership,
this...
please, for this perk me up.
Yes!
Yay, there we go. Okay, so, I will say the sternum lifts up slightly. Pigeon-chested, they stand proud, and, yeah. See a focus in his eyes.
Welcome to the team, man. What's your name?
Oh, well, if you don't mind, I'll take a new one.
Go for it.
Well, you've set me free and all that, so... it's yours to give.
I'm not very good when it comes to this kind of stuff, man. You don't want to do that.
Well...
Conrad.
what do you do?
What do I do? I'm an undead hunter.
Aye, well...
You know what, mate? You seem like a Carl.
I was going to say hunter, but sure.
You want to be called Hunter? What kind of crappy name is that?
Oh, hunter.
No,
Hunter. With an huh.
Oh, a hunter.
Aye, hunter.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, that does fit the Reich, so go for it.
Aye. Well, let's go hunting.
Whatever you want, mate. Let's go get your gear back.
All right.
And then we can start putting together and getting out there. And I crack my knuckles and I walk out the door and I just with Hunter.
Okay.
And I turn to the guard and I say, "This man is now free to do about his business."
Oh, thank Christ, we don't have to do the bloody suicide watch anymore.
No, now you can just watch the ducks. Or the
Oh,
goose.
that's much better.
Yeah, I figured you'd be okay with that.
Wouldn't want another Epsteinberg.
And that's enough.
And
That's all I had to
that's
do.
Rex's to-do list. Right, now we go back to our group. Meanwhile, Jebediah and Lothar. I think it looks like Lazarus has just instantly wiggled off somewhere on the map. Lazarus,
Yes.
where have you suddenly dragged your token? Okay, you're off to see Natasha.
Where do you think?
Okay, yeah, fair enough. We'll jump down to Jebediah and Lothar for a moment. Having jumped off of the ship, where do you go? What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna go round up the guard initially, I think, as they will be the easiest to get hold of.
Okay.
I'd say as a newcomer in the town, I'll probably ask Lothar en route. Lothar, was it?
Yep.
Is there, I'm not sure what you boys are up to, but is there anywhere in this town a man can lay his head down for a night?
Well, if you want cheap, there's the Rat Hole at the north end of town. The place that looks like it would be better off on fire.
Well, cheap is right up my alley. All right, then, and I'll check into that later. But one other question, and maybe you'd help me understand. I've been seeing some strange things here. I've been seeing a bar of gold. I saw some fella who was dressed nicer than any clothing I've ever been able to afford. What? And I did see one other fella who was winking like he had something in his eye, saying not to talk about something. So I'm not going to ask about that. I understand the man's got to have his secrets. But what can you tell me about what you boys are doing? I asked this as we're walking.
The one in the really fancy pants, that's Lord Sigurd. He owns this town.
Lord?
Yep.
Shit.
The
All right.
gold, well, that whole incident in the bar, and yeah, that was chasing the old bailiff of this town that ran off with all of the money when there was a war here. So we were going back to reclaim what was ours.
That's fair. All right, and so are y'all just gonna just stay here from now on, or?
No, I need to talk to one of our allies in the woods, and I say ally, it's been very generous, but let's just go with that. And I need to round up some of my guard. There's a town that's been raided to the... Where was it? West. To the west. That's
Yeah, southwest-ish.
southwest. Yeah. So between us and Yettenberg, wasn't it?
Indeed.
Yeah. So the town to the southwest that's been raided that needs help. Need to go help the... see if there's any survivors. And what help we can give.
Well, ordinarily I might not volunteer myself, but let's just say I'd rather not head back home to Nuln anytime soon. Would you mind if I accompanied y'all?
Not at all. You handled yourself well in that bar fight. I will warn you. You think you've seen strange things up to now? You're going to be in for a whole new brand of it.
Sure, I sure hope not, but we'll see what happens.
Well, if you come out of it alive, that's a positive.
Well, all right then.
I'm assuming by now I'll have managed to accost a guard.
Yeah. It won't take much effort to find one of your many underlings.
And just get them to round up a squad. I can't remember how many guard I've trained there.
I think you're up to double digits, but...
I know I'm more than 10, but I can't remember exactly. So just tell them to get 10 of the guard together, because we need to go on a mission.
All right, again, sir. I guess we could go down. All right, I'll go gather the troops.
Make sure you get the men that have been trained in defences, in case we need to reinforce that town.
Oh, sounds great.
You're not dead yet, soldier.
Okay, heads off a running to spread the word to the other guards. And we'll just nip up to Lazarus before we find out what's going on with Radrian. Lazarus, you're off to see Natasha, if I'm correct?
So I wanted to go see the Chin Boy.
Okay.
See if,
The Chin Boy, as you step inside the building, knock on the door, shouts for you to come in, is currently nose deep in a book. And
what are you reading?
oh, it's I'm just learning to read all this book on theology and on it. It's decided to become a priestess, I did.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
So which god you decide to dedicate yourself to?
Well, I don't know yet. I'm thinking maybe Raya. Raya would save a lot of people.
She would, and Yarla's gonna be a good teacher.
Yeah, that's what I figure. I'll be all sorts of... yeah, or maybe I could save people like you do, only without all the herbs and stuff, but I could, smother them in prayers.
It's admirable.
Yeah.
I just wanted to come check up on you, see how you're doing. And what
Oh,
you've
I'm
been up to.
alright. Yeah, coping, making do. It's, yeah, it's not easy, but I've got a purpose at least, so...
Okay. Well, I'm glad you found your cause, I guess, your goal to
Yeah,
achieve.
yeah.
If you ever need anything, you know where my shop is.
I will do. If you meet anyone that's headed down to the old, one of the old Ryan places, I fancy doing a pilgrimage, but I can't afford the old journey at the moment. But
You know what? I have 2 silver that I found on my journey, and I give it to him.
oh, no, well, that's all nice of you, sir. That's that'll just about cover it. I've heard there's an holy site on the way to Bogarth, and there's an old Ryan festival going on.
Yeah. Lord Sigurd was there not too long ago with the crew.
Right, all right. Well, I was hoping I could catch in on it and then maybe, have a chat with one of the old priests. But I'll thank you, sir. That's so nice of you.
you could maybe ask Yala to go with you and teach you some things too. Maybe she can answer some questions. You do pilgrimage.
That sounds so... I'll go see what she thinks. Thank you, sir. Takes the silver and runs out the door.
Then I would go see Naticia, see if I can get myself one of my own health potions, or make myself one.
Okay. Side note, can't remember what the feck he used to sound like, but that's what he sounds like now. Lazarus. Natasia's happy to see you. As always. Where the fuck have you been?
Our Lord wanted us to travel down the Boghofen. And visit.
Well, that's just fucking grand. She's currently sat on a stool. She has a bump that looks like it should have burst yesterday.
Oh god.
Oh, that's right. Oh, fucking sick heart.
Right, blessed us.
Indeed.
What have you been buying things for the baby that with the silver I've been giving you?
Oh, I've been buying things all right. I've got a crib, got a little cradle.
Good. All right, so we should be prepared.
Aye.
How's Thaddeus? Has he been working hard?
Oh, he's doing all right. He's just sort of looks left and right. The fucker's walked off again. Keeps smoking the fucking herbs. Bad little cunt. No, he's all right.
I'll have to go talk to him.
Aye. Tell him to stop smoking the fun ones.
And I guess that's what I'd be off to then. Is after I was done talking to TC, I'd go look for Thaddeus. Because I want to teach him how to read and write.
Alright, well, you'll find him out the back. He tends to go up the stairs by the fishing guild because he knows it hurts my fucking legs.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you should be resting. The baby should be due soon, it looks like.
Take this with you. Gives you a stick.
Got a stick.
When you find the little fucker, hit him with it for me.
Okay. I'll let him know.
No less than 3 times.
What is this for again?
For fucking beating him.
Right, no, I meant...
It's a stick.
Why am I doing this? Why am I hitting him?
Well, he should be in here working.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we had a reason for this.
Oh, why?
Okay. I'll get him.
Good. See as you do. So, while Lazarus goes off to go... is Lazarus going to beat him?
I'm gonna, like, have him hold out his hand and just, like, tap it.
I'm going to tap this 3 times. And on the 3rd time, you'll turn into a frog. Okay.
And, I was gonna tell him I wanted to teach him how to read and write, and Natasia's pissed at him that he's not working.
Okay. He is... make a average intuition for me, quick, Lazarus.
Oh, it's challenging, but I still...
That's fine. He seems to be somewhat docile and seems to be sporting some sort of erectile, I would say dysfunction, but it's more evidence of function.
Okay.
But you can deal with that. Just roll me Lord Medicine, please.
Yeah.
And then we'll go over to see what Lothar's up to
Average,
with average. Okay. Very simple. You put cold water on the erection. That deals with that. and I don't know, just slap him a little bit, and he'll be fine.
Push him in the river.
What was that?
Push him in the river.
Push him in the river. Yeah, that solves both problems. So I guess my question is for Lothar and Jebediah. Is Lothar going off in secret to see Radrian, or...?
No, not really.
Okay. Well...
I don't know whether Lazarus wants to meet up and come with as well, or...
Yeah, I'd like to meet up with everybody eventually.
Cool. I'll just say that took as long as it took me to fill in
Indeed.
Jebediah and to round up some guard.
Okay.
Oh, did I get my
while
hands
he's
on a potion?
sorry,
Yeah, sure. You can just take one off the shelf and attempt to make one at another time.
Okay.
But you owe the shop a potion, effectively.
Yep, I'll make one.
and I'll basically just swung by real quick the rat hole and dropped off my chair and just kind of just a brief, to the owner, just say, yeah, just leaving this chair here. Lothar sent me. I'll be back later. Don't mind me.
Do you have language wastelander?
I do not. I've only got the accent.
Okay. So in response you get a series of mumbles that you do not understand. But they if you roll me a challenging intuition roll, please.
Okay.
Okay, they seem like grateful mumbles at the very least.
All right. Well, thanks, friend. And I turn and walk out.
Eddie Bo.
I wave over my shoulder as I leave.
In the meantime, we have... so, Lothar, any explanation for Jebediah, or just a... Come to the woods?
Well, I'm assuming he's tagging along, so we're just chatting and end up in the woods.
Fair enough. We're off for a walk. Doink, and I'll assume you have a little horn with you.
I'm actually just going to say his name, because I know full well that he always turns up just before you blow the horn anyway.
Okay. You say the name, and by your side. Yes.
What the hell? I look very surprised.
This would be the forest friend I was talking about.
Oh, those ears. Is that what I think that is?
Yeah, but I wouldn't hold it against him.
I never seen an elf before. Hell.
He's quite skilled.
All right,
Don't
then.
put him off.
I'll keep that in mind.
He has
That's
deep
kinda
black
hush up.
eyes as well, Jebediah, something that perhaps is slightly unsettling.
Yeah, I look noticeably uncomfortable. I kind of stay a few feet behind the other fellas.
So, I assume
Yes.
you wish to talk.
Yes, it's been a while. I wondered if you had any insight into the, events in the area and these things using shadow to do their bidding.
There is a foul magic in the air. I have been attempting to talk with my former tribe.
What made any headway with that?
Oh, some. I had a captive. We talked.
You captured one of them?
Yes. It would appear they have a new god.
One that you know of, or one that they've dreamt up?
One I am not familiar with.
Did they give you a name?
No. Though the
Did
god
they say what it's god of?
Yes. The god of the night. At least that is our word, though I believe it may translate to shadow if you will.
Oh. Wonderful.
Indeed.
Have you seen any of these shadow-like people running around?
There was a vampire in the woods, I believe. Sorceress. I watched you fight with her.
Yes. I've heard from the others that they've seen us since as well.
I don't say anything, but my eyes visibly go wide at mention of a vampire.
Noted. She had headed south, no longer within this woods. The dead since have been more restful, for the most part.
I believe Sigurd and some of the others encountered her in Jattenberg.
I have not ventured from your forest, not far at least, but that
Is
is...
there anything down there for you from what we've heard from the others?
No. I am attempting to find a more malleable captive that I can converse with.
Do you think you could bring your old tribe back on side? Or are they lost to this?
As before, I believe there are those who are still loyal. But I am not hopeful that all can be saved.
Seems we're fighting the same enemy. Is there any way we can help you?
Perhaps. I believe there are a number, in particular, who are swaying their theological beliefs. It is those I hope to capture. But there are still some 80 in number, and their eyes are younger than mine.
Only one of you.
Yes.
Are the others lost to you, do you think?
For the most part.
And would killing them be the only option?
Perhaps that would come from a long conversation. But first we will need a conversation. I note your hunter is particularly overt in his quest to destroy them.
Yes. There's not a day goes by where he doesn't bring it up again.
Indeed. I am still curious. I have been pondering the past few months if I should bring him closer or further.
Well, that's why I asked if death was the only option, since he wants to go on a crusade against your kind, and there's a number of your kind that need to, or potentially have to die, then we could solve two issues in one go.
He would perish before arriving, I fear. Or
It's always been my worry. It's why we've kept talking him out of it.
he is loud and crude, and they are young and swift. But perhaps, still, the news of this new god is unsettling.
Very much so, certainly when it ties in with everything else that's going wrong around here.
Yes, the winds of shadow have been strong.
We've come up against more than the one using it.
Yes.
That would explain a lot of the issues we've seen.
It would appear not all of the winds are united. There is some turbulence with those controlling it, but there seems to be one unifying presence.
The woman that we fought?
No.
Or another?
She appeared to be a peripheral to the winds of this land.
Will you be able to take us to this, or guide us to this main source of it?
All I can tell you is that it has been coming from the south. And the north.
A lot of land to the south. And the north?
Yes. It is not unified, but it would take a millennia or so to explain, but the shadow is in both.
If we can help you with the issues with your tribe, would you be able to help us in identifying where these sources are?
Most likely. I could, and I used to, commune with the gods within the ring. Most answers would manifest themselves there. Though I do not think you possess an army capable of defeating them.
Your tribe?
Indeed.
No. It'll need a different plan than a head-on assault.
Indeed. We could attempt to perform such a feat, but perhaps a discussion is to be held.
Happy to help you.
A diversion, perhaps, if you are happy to sacrifice some of your hunters. It would likely give us some time to commune with the stones.
Send Diamond and his fellows chasing after the tribes members that you don't mind losing, and meanwhile we slip into the stones.
It is more the hunters that you would need to not mind you losing.
Well, you saw how many he got killed when he went out into the woods with the vampire in it.
Indeed, it was painful to watch.
But he won't listen.
For an elf. I am going to go and contemplate. We will talk soon.
Want me to come back to you? Or will you let me know when you're ready?
Both.
And I'll say you hear the words, but he's already gone. With a stiff breeze and a flicker of motion, he's no longer there.
The hell did he go?
Oh, he's probably just behind the tree.
Oh shit. I'm gonna turn around and start kind of walking a little quickly back the way we came. Oh, come on now, let's not tarry.
Oh, I'm gonna head back down as well.
Yeah. Should we talk to Yeoman about anything? Maybe getting more hunters, or convince them of a strategy?
See what Radrian comes up with first. I don't want to jump the gun. You know, Eamond, if we gave him half an inkling as to where the elves were, he'd already be off before you finished your sentence.
That's true.
And then they'd all be dead and there'd be no diversion.
So, we have a little bit of time left. What would you like to do with the remainder?
I'd probably like to have a quick conversation on the way back to town with the guys.
Sure.
So, that elf that we just met with, or you met with, I just need to go over a couple things. I heard some questionable things just then. I know I'm fresh into town and all that, but from what I heard, we got vampires, which it's a little unsettling, but I can understand with there being undead and what have you. But the thing that troubles me more is that elf was talking about sacrificing hunters and sending some feller named Yeoman. What's this about sacrificing people? He sounds, his voice goes up a little as he's saying that. He's looking very uncomfortable about this.
Well, he's an elf. They're very arrogant about their abilities. He would think that any amount of humans going up against a single elf would be doomed. But you don't get anywhere if you start trying to tell an elf they're wrong.
Right, but am I hearing this right, that you're about to go visit a man to tell him to send his men into some sort of trap and not tell him about it?
Oh, he's well aware of what he's going into. He's been wanting to fight them since, well, years now.
Well,
He was told by his god that he needs to exterminate the elves, and he's been hell-bent on killing them ever since, even when they helped us. So no, I don't believe we'd be sending them to their deaths. Then again,
that's fair, but sorry, go ahead.
The gentleman in question, Eamond, whilst he's a bear of a man, he did manage to get a bunch of younglings killed when he took them for their induction into a woods that was full of ghosts and wraiths and, as it turns out, vampires.
That's damn reckless of him, then.
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell's he doing that?
Again, part of their tradition.
Yeah.
And since we're about to go see this feller, I hear, does he know that you two are talking with this elf feller?
No. No, he has no idea.
Right.
We're...
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna keep that to myself.
Well, we're not going to talk to Eamond just yet. We need to figure out.
Good. When you do, I think I might appreciate it if you let me wait outside on that. I don't know if I could face the man after hearing. Well, anyway, it's better if I just stay out there.
Yeah. Well, look on the bright side. If this goes to plan, then no one should die.
That's what I like to hear.
My goddess is the one of tactics, after all.
Oh, what guild is that?
Priest of Mamidia.
Oh, that's what's up with all the stuff you got on you there. All right. Fair enough. And Jebediah looks he looks a lot less concerned than he did when this began, after hearing that.
We mentioned that there were demons around here, and trolls, and giants, and other things as well.
Is that in character?
Yeah.
What? Do what now?
Oh yeah, we fought all of those as well. Oh hey, we're still alive.
Demons.
Mostly. Yes, that's how Lord
real.
ended up. Oh yes, very much so.
I thought that was something they told children to keep them from, misbehaving. I've been around a long time. I ain't never seen anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're lucky to still be around after seeing them. But
Sounds like.
how Stickard became the lord of this town.
And you lot, y'all just meet and talk with this cigarette fella.
Yeah.
We're kind of drinking buddies.
I've never heard of nothing like that before.
Well, he wasn't Lord when he first came here.
Alright, so he didn't completely have the silver spoon shoved up his ass when he was born then.
No, just most of the way.
Understandable.
But he's not a bad guy. Not compared to all the other noble lunatics you see.
I'll take your word for it. I'll have to wait till I meet the feller. We'll see.
We don't really have long enough to go to the town to the southwest.
What I may suggest is that that's the beginning of next session.
Sure thing.
I think it might be a suitable thing to do at the start of next session as we figure out what the hell is going on there, do some stuff. And, gentlemen, anything to wrap up?
I'm good.
Okay,
Good.
we have some endeavour rolls to roll then. Now, we're going to save Mr. Matt till last. What we do is we click the bullet point symbol in the top right-hand corner of the screen, and on there should be an endeavour table.
Endeavour events.
Endeavour events, that's the one. So we'll go for Lothar first. Lothar, forewarned, is forearmed. You're given a cryptic omen in a dream. Strigani mystic or celestial wizard you encounter on the street. During your next adventure, your maximum fortune is increased by 1.
I'm gonna need it with the rolls like today.
Yeah, you can't have enough of it, basically. Lazarus,
Yep.
let's have your roll. Okay. I like the idea of a cryptic dream there, since there's not too many Strigani in town. Sticky fingers, your purse is cut. Oh, no. Ha-ha.
I gave my money away.
Ha-ha. Okay, so you find a cut in the bottom of your purse, and you're like, oh, I had nothing in it. But someone...
More upset that you've got to buy a new purse now.
Yeah, or it needs stitching back together. Jebediah, have you found the table?
I'm still looking for... You said top right corner, it says collapse or expand on mine.
On the screen, there should be a thing that says rollable tables. Top right-hand corner of the screen. It looks
It's
like
to the left of the little speaker icon.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Click on that,
Okay.
and then
Click the table
endeavour.
and then click roll. Yep.
Indeed.
All right.
Let's see what foulness befalls the town as a consequence of Jebediah.
Says no
We get-
results can possibly be drawn from this table and formula.
Oh,
Eh?
well, that's not too good. Do we have any results left? Let me try.
Okay.
Haha! No, I think it was actually that was the last result. Okay. I think don't worry, you did nothing wrong. What I need to do then is draw with replacement. Bear with me
We're
a
going to get
second.
Witch Hunter and then get Mr. Matthias back.
I mean, potentially. Bear with me as I'm doing the Endeavour events. See if this works. No results can possibly... Okay, just roll me 1d 350. Okay, so do /roll 1d 350. So type
No
that
spaces.
type that in without the dot, and I'll tell you what it says.
$167.
167, and that is an opportunity has arisen to set up a guild. Such an endeavour will take considerable effort to achieve, but should you wish, the time to act is now. Trade, spy, politician. It comes at a cost, however, as one of your allies will break their allegiance. So, you have the opportunity, Jebediah, to piss someone off in town, but potentially set up your own guild. Could be a stevedore guild, that's all I'm saying.
Can I think about it between sessions?
You can think about it. You can think about it indeed. And in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for stopping on by our lovely little session, where a fight that I thought would take a while took a lot longer than a while, and no one died. But someone probably will die before the end of our campaign. Rah, 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 rah. As lots of scary things are coming. See you next week, dudes.
Bye.
Bye.
I